This is the Midnight Gaming Council. I'm your host, Chris Badajek, and here with me tonight is Dan Rubanik and Brett Sweet. How you going, guys?
Not too bad, mate.
Good stuff. So,
good, thanks.
Yeah. Good to know that everyone's good here. So we are recording live, we are streaming live, and we are live.
And it's my birthday.
Oh, and it's your birthday,
It's
yeah.
birthday edition.
Many happy returns.
So, happy birthday to you, Rubanik. As we head into the topic for tonight, which is of utmost importance to us gamers, because it is a contentious topic. Trading in games, and selling games or swapping them, or just that sort of shit in general. More specifically, is it worth trading in games? Whether it's selling it to your mates, or selling it to EB Games, or Cash Converters, or on eBay, or what have you. So, just to start things off, Brad, what was the last game you traded in, or sold off? Not counting the one that's here. We'll get to this.
Wolfenstein on PS4.
Ah, yes. And why did you trade this in?
I traded in as a part of a bundle trade-in deal at EB Games, so I had to trade in at least one game with my old PS4 in order to upgrade to the PS4 Pro.
That's right. I remember.
Yeah, yes.
I remember this when you did this. Now, how much did you get for it?
It's actually not a bad deal. I think overall it was about close to $300, something like that.
Yeah, nice.
For the console in the game.
Console in the game, yeah.
And you ended up buying the game again, I think, because it was like $9 or something.
Well, yeah, it was on the PlayStation Store on sale, so I got it for like $9. Exactly. Yeah, it was. Yes.
I remember just being it was really cheap and stuff.
Because I remember doing my research before I picked what game I was going to trade in with the console, because I thought, I don't want to have to buy,
They've got a list of games that they can accept as trading with bundles.
Yeah, it has to be like a newer one or something like that. Yeah. Conditions apply. There's always that sort of thing with those.
I mean, Wolfenstein is just one of those titles that you want to keep because it's good. So I thought, well, if it's going to be on sale and it's cheap.
Was it the Old Blood or the New Order?
It was the first one, the very first one. Yeah,
nice.
That came out.
Yeah, that was a nice playthrough that game.
Yeah, it was good.
We're talking about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that seems like that's a decent situation to be in. We're trading in the game.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to ask if you regret your trading, because you obviously bought the game again.
Oh, it was absolutely it
just seemed like the right
it was just win-win-win that scenario for me. So it was worth it.
So all right. So Rubanik, specifically trading in something like an EB or not the bulk sale you went through a month or so ago. We'll get to that later. But in terms of buying a game, you're like, I'll just get rid of this or whatever. Is it? What was the last one you did?
EB Games currently have a deal where you can get Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze for the Switch for $30 if you trade in 2 games.
Yes.
It doesn't specify which 2 games.
Yes.
So you can go into the store, purchase 2 cheap games, as long as they trade in for a minimum of $5 each, and then you can get the game for $30. So you can technically get the game for $40. I did that bundle when I got the game from Mrs. She likes it. But
What did you trade in to get to that point?
I think it was like a couple copies of FIFA or something like that. There was a couple copies of Destiny 1 on the shelf for $8, and they're just like, no, that trades in for $3. So it's no good.
I love how you just constantly find loopholes in their system, and then you just abuse it.
It just says trade 2 games. It doesn't specify what games. The only condition is they've got to trade for a minimum of $5, and they've got to be current gen.
That's a good way to stooge them.
And that constitutes what?
More certainly, which
$50.
game am I trading? I actually can't remember. Like in one of the Pokemon DS games, when I traded in Pokemon Sun, I traded in for Pokemon Ultra Sun. Possibly.
So you're not much of a trader? really, in general. Like when you have sort of games, you tend to keep them.
Yeah.
I think I'm the same with that. I think you're the same as well, yeah, bro.
Yeah, there's very few times that I've done it. I mean, I've done it more last gen than this sort of gen anyway.
I did it a fair bit, like PS3, Xbox 360 era.
Yeah. So I've sort of done something similar in terms of the trading in, where recently the last things I traded in were just cheap games I'd buy from Big W, because sometimes they'd be on sale for like what, $2-3, $4 or whatever.
Stuff to get rid of.
Yeah, or stuff even if they don't have the covers and stuff, I'll just be like, hey, I'll just take this for like $1 or whatever. Things just fall through the system, this and that, however they want to fucking do business. So yeah, I'd have like a stash of them and just trade them towards pre-orders. Especially when they have like if the eBay in specific, because this is mainly what we're talking about when we do trade-ins, when they have like a 20% extra sort of thing, so you get like a $7 title for like $12 and stuff like that. Yeah, it adds up if you trade 2 or 3 of the same copy. You can only trade in 2 of the same copy or something like now that's sort of a thing, because people would just come in with like 10-20 copies of Call of Duty or Destiny or...
They used to go into Big W, you get probably 5 or 6 copies of whatever they were selling for like $2 and just...
Everything's on the shelf, yeah. I remember that happened with Ghost, because we had like 20-30 copies of Ghost for the Xbox One, and just within the morning we were
gone.
All gone. Like all the DB. And they can't say no. It's like, well, you're doing business or whatever. But yeah, that was the last one I did. In terms of an actual game though that I had bought and then sort of traded in, like a typical sort of trade-in was way back in the PS3 era. It was Haze.
Oh god,
yeah,
yes.
that shooter that was supposed to be like better than Halo, and it was PS3 exclusive. But at the end of and it just yeah. So I bought that for like $100 or whatever because I got it from Game, which isn't around anymore. And then I left it too long to return it, so I had to trade it in. I got it was actually right, I got $40 for it.
That's alright. How much did you pay for it?
I got $100.
It's pretty good. Most recent game I traded in was when I bought my PS4 again. The PS4 Pro bundle I got came with Destiny 2.
And you traded
in for $8.
$8? Well, it's better than nothing, I guess. I did that actually with when I bought the Metal Gear Solid PS4 console. I sold Metal Gear 5 to you.
Yes, you did.
Yes, for like $50, I think. Because it was like that day it came out.
It's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, it's a good deal for both parties. I actually brought the console of yours and just gamed like, cash game. Good bargain, good swap. So moving on to the next topic of conversation. In general, is trading in games worth it? I guess it depends on the situation, what games you're trading. I find if it's there's a certain period of time where trading in a game is not worth it. Especially if you buy a new release for like full price.
Yeah.
And then 3 or 4 months down the line, it's like, how much will I get for this? $15. But well, hang on, this game's new. But if you're quick, you can get a good deal. Or, I guess if you don't want to trade it in, you can sell it.
Or you can take advantage of EB's return policy. If you buy a game brand new, you can return it within 7 days, get full refunds.
Exactly.
Doesn't apply to stuff with DLC though, unfortunately.
Oh, well, they say that, but it doesn't really pan out that way.
People lie saying I didn't activate DLC.
Oh, really?
I didn't do that. Yeah. And then the next person that buys the game has a DLC card that's been activated, so the game's just giving you one.
Yes, but we'll get to that 7-day policy thing because there is a good reason for it to have that around, I guess. Another, I guess on the topic of trading in and stuff, one deal that was worth it for me was I bought a Xbox One from Target for
the one that had the loud fan.
Yeah, for $100. And I traded in and got like $220 worth of credit.
Yeah.
So I paid off my Gran Turismo Sport pre-order, just like that. When you're smart and savvy about it, you can get a good deal. But trading in like a console itself is not really worth it either. I don't know how much money you get for it. No. Probably not much at all. Especially when you buy something for like a PS4 Pro, for example, like brand new $500 at least.
Yeah, $200 for it.
Probably that's. No, that doesn't sound like good.
With them, you have to take advantage of their bundle trade-in offers because that's where you get the maximum amount for your console. Because otherwise you're going to get far less than what you deserve for it.
Or sell it privately.
Yeah, privately.
Yes,
that's the best option.
Another avenue, which generally reaps better rewards.
But a lot of the time, if you need cash and you need your cash and you just want it then and there, you use what I've done.
We can go to well, I guess it depends on what you're selling too. Like if you're going to sell a game, let's say, maybe selling privately is not really that
If
fruitful.
you're selling a console,
If you're selling a console and some games or a bundle or something, then selling privately for a decent price can get people's attention. If trading in's not worth it, then at that point, I don't think.
I was going to say, I've told you stories before, I can't remember if you remember actually, but with my first 360, I had the disk drive issue, and I ended up fixing that, and then actually selling that console on eBay.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's still working today, but that'd be interesting.
And, I wonder if it even worked when you when it arrived, and the guy's like, "Oh shit, it doesn't work."
Well, I did test it before I sent it off, and it did work normally.
As far as you're concerned, then it did work.
Yes.
I bought a Nintendo Wii off Gumtree recently.
A Wii, like a normal Wii.
Normal Wii for the, you know what I'm saying? Like shit on one, and I modded it. The guy who sold it came with like two Wiimotes, 2 Joy-Cons, 4 games, Pro Controller, and the console itself, $100.
$100.
And then when I go to the guy, these are selling for so much more on Gumtree, he looked at me like, I'm like, Stooge.
You gotta be careful when you say stuff like that. Sometimes they'll be like, "Oh, well, since you said that, now we'll charge you
But
this and
no,
that." But did you really like sort of
I'd
give the deal?
already given him cash.
Way to break his heart. But it's like
But it's
that's a good deal.
like I've always found if you're looking for something, Gumtree and eBay are always good. You'll find a good deal. Like people will be flogging off stuff for cheap, and then you get people that flog off like they buy a collector's edition and then they're flogging it off on eBay for like $200-300 more than what the retail is because they do that thing.
It's limited, yeah.
I actually came across this today when I was looking up PS4 Pros just randomly on the eBay.
Yeah.
I looked up the Star Wars Battlefront 2 one.
Yeah.
And some people were selling it for like more expensive and stuff. And there was like barely any Aussie ones, this and that. But I did find one which was a decent price. So hopefully I can pick that up soon. If not, I'll just keep on the lookout.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good sometimes when you go on these like Gumtrees and eBays and stuff, you do find some good deals, especially from people who don't know what they're selling. It's like, I've got a bunch of stuff, like, whatever. Yeah, sometimes you want to try and snag like a great example is like a Nintendo 64 game that's really expensive, like Super Mario 64 or Banjo-Kazooie or even Conker or something like that. You always try to go on the pages and see if someone doesn't know what they're selling. It's like, it's $15. We're like, oh yeah,
Alright.
like a deal.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah. You put it on eBay for like $300 or whatever. But so we'll go back to the actually no, we'll start with this. So you did a bulk sell recently, a month or so ago.
Very regretful.
Shit happens and sometimes things.
Yeah.
Yes. Regretful things happen, and this was a big one for you.
Yeah.
So you basically sold your whole game collection, didn't you?
Yes.
You absolute stooge. So what does this consist of? So with this sale, was it the whole thing, like everything in one, or
Absolutely everything.
what was the just a run through of what it was?
So there was a Logitech, the G29.
Oh god, of course, I forgot about that. Yes, the Logitech G29 steering wheel.
Yeah. The Nintendo Switch and all the accessories, and I had a lot of accessories.
He had a lot of controls. Like slip controllers or
A lot of
something?
controllers, accessories, all pro controllers.
Yep.
There's about 20 games.
Yeah, it was a good collection of games, 20 games or so.
The PS4 Pro.
Yep, PS4 Pro with about
10 games.
7 games, yep. Like you had Call of Duty, Destiny, a few other ones. A few controllers as well.
Yeah. The Xbox One S that Brad told me, the 2 terabyte one.
Oh yes, the 2 terabyte. Yes.
And
I don't want to relive this. This needs to be alcohol instead.
and there was a few games with that.
Yes, the Xbox, because that was the most recent one you got at the time.
And just a few other
console.
and just a few other bits and pieces.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So, break my heart. What was the price you sold it for?
So I think I had probably $1,200-1,300 invested into the lot, and I think I probably got maybe at $400-500.
Okay, I'll just pretend I didn't ask that question.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Hence why I say I regret
selling
I
that?
regret what I did.
So, when you put this up for sale, was it an instant, like, whoever got it was just like, yeah, fucking, like...
Cash converters.
Oh, so it was cash converters?
Yeah.
Even worse.
Yeah.
I actually thought you were making someone's day.
Yeah.
You made cash converters day.
Oh my
That's why you got on the cashies lol.
Well, yes, I was going to eventually speak about cashies and like the good things and bad things about them, and this is certainly something good and bad about them. I guess. The fact that they won't discriminate with what you bring in.
Yeah.
But,
I bought all this stuff in the boom was looking at like because they've got to look up everything.
Oh, Jesus.
And I was like,
So it would have taken like an hour or so?
Yeah, a good hour.
What was the, just curiously, do you know what was the most expensive thing you got that like money for? Like out of that trade?
I think it might have been the PS4.
The PS4 Pro?
Yeah.
That makes sense, I guess. It would have been either that or the Switch.
That's right. I think I got about 650 altogether for the lot. Because I know she did it for a bit more. Yeah.
Well, with so many things you expected to. I guess, like, yeah. Well,
But that was a big regret. And I'm getting my stuff back, so
this is a perfect example of what you should not do.
yes.
Just in any situation whatsoever.
Don't sell your games for real.
Yeah, well, fuck, don't do anything for a girl. Full stop. Never mind selling your games collection. Especially for $600.
Well, I'm just happy to keep quiet on this whole issue at the moment.
There is really nothing more to say
Yes.
about the ultimate tragedy that has occurred with this. And the council is here to dissect and realise these things. And
We learn from our decisions.
well, I'd hope so.
Yeah.
Because this is the second time it's happened to you.
Oh, yes.
And the final time. It better be the final time.
And the funny thing is, like, the first time you had however much, and then the second time you've gone even higher in
Yes,
terms of what you've
the
done.
second time I had twice as much.
So the next time round, you're just gonna like, it'd be like my size game collection. Just be like, oh, you know what? I might buy like a Fender Stratocaster. It's worth like $5 or something. You walk into the room, it's just all completely gone. And you see his guitar there, and then I just walk out and go home. So just my dreaming. But anyway,
Yeah.
yes, Cashies LOL. So with that in mind, going to Cashies and buying games is actually really good.
Yeah.
In general, especially
It's a bit of a hit and miss though. If you're looking for a particular game, you might not be able to find a particular game you're looking for.
That's right. Especially when you walk into a random shop.
Didn't you get, was it Evil Within from Cash Converters?
Yes. It was a relatively recent game at the time. It was
Yeah.
probably within 6 months of its release or something. I found the PC copy. Yeah, at eBay, Cashies. $9. Still a good deal today.
Yeah, it is.
$9.
That is amazing.
I had the sticker over it. It was originally like 59 or whatever. And it just went down to 9, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
I had another good deal recently too with PS1 game, NHL 2000. It was originally $40, which I would have paid, but I was like, oh, I haven't got $40 with me at the time. 2 weeks later, it was $5.
Wow.
Like,
Really?
Done.
we'd win there. So I used to play that heaps as a kid. So I've had like 2-3 copies of that game. One was an overseas copy, this and that. Now I finally got like a nice original copy.
Yeah, legit.
Yeah, I haven't checked if it works yet, but
Okay.
I think it didn't have any scratches on it, this and that.
Well, that's what you want.
Oh yeah. I'm like just quickly diverging. I was playing Command & Conquer Red Alert last night, and there's a few scratches on the disc, unfortunately. So hopefully this will be a good episode for another good topic for another episode. Using like what's the best way to clean CDs? Like get rid of scratches and stuff. So hopefully I'll probably have to buy like a
One of those
CD cleaner or something. Yeah. See if there's something like semi decent. Clean all the discs and get them hopefully good again. So that's the problem with discs, like you can scratch them easy. I like cartridges, you can just fucking shove them up your ass and they'll still work.
I could say something in relation to like getting scratches off discs, but I don't know if I should save it for now or maybe for that episode.
No, we'll save the content.
Yes.
We'll keep people wanting to come back and go, oh, I really want to hear what Brad has to say about
How do you get rid of those scratches,
how do
man?
you... Yes, we'll do like a special like training episode, like a tutorial.
DJ Brad and his scratches.
That sound at we know this because we're old enough. The sound at the end of the Race Tent City fucking song.
Oh god.
That scratching sound is what I imagine when you do that.
Yes. Race to City, come see what we got.
Segueing nicely into the next topic here. I hope to, just with the topic of trading in games and stuff, I try to avoid buying games, which I would probably end up trading in. So, in saying that another way, just buy games that you like.
Yeah.
Buy games that you know you want to play and this and that. I mean, sometimes it is good to take risks though, which I have done today with this game here. If people watching have noticed already, which I'm sure they have, The Surge. Thanks to Brad over here.
Yes.
I bought him solo tickets.
Hard solo.
Solo tickets.
Yes. Grand recliner, mind you.
Yes, the full experience.
Yes.
We're doing this properly this time. Just to see how it goes.
hopefully a commemorative cup or something.
Something extra special.
Yes.
So, speaking of trades and deals and stuff, I bought, Star Wars tickets for a group of my mates, Brad being one of them, and instead of giving me money back, he's giving me The Surge on PS4,
Yeah.
which I think is a decent trade deal.
Yep.
Considering this goes for how much at the stores?
About 62 grand new at EB.
Yeah, which EB like to charge as much as they can,
Maximum,
obviously.
yeah.
Absolute
I think
maximum.
it's
retail,
49 at JB.
which is a bit better, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, so $30 for the game server, and on the night I'll buy you something nice
Yes.
at the cinema. Whether it's a large drink or popcorn or both, or
Drink.
a nice cup or something. Yes, we'll see. We'll see how it goes there.
Sounds good.
So yeah, see, that's a good deal. That's a good trade.
Yeah.
Unlike you taking it to EB and getting $10, or cashies and you get like $5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think cashies will give like $2, $3, $4 for it. But on the flip side, as we were just talking about, going into cashies and buying games, like
Yeah.
it's 20, it's 30.
Yeah.
Especially with like if there's a whole stack of like PS, like now it'd be mostly PS4 games,
Yeah.
probably PS3 games as well, like games from last gen, where they just have a shitload of them. Because I
So I
remember,
reckon, the people can go into cashies and they probably get a good deal on that Nintendo Switch that I sold, or the Xbox or PS4. So,
Yeah,
so they bought it off me for whatever they bought it for, and then they can sell it. So they'll probably still sell it for probably
like 300,
Three-
well, like the PS4 Pro, for example,
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
300,
Yeah.
350.
yeah,
And then, yeah, if they bought it off you for like 80, let's say, or
Yeah.
100,
yeah,
probably 100.
yeah.
I think they generally tend to, they give you like a quarter
Of what it's worth.
of what it's worth.
Yeah.
So I remember bringing in just randomly a guitar that I had $100 for it. And I only got $100 back for it.
Yeah.
So it was sold it for 300, 400, which I did. But yeah, they'll generally do that with games, just as why you'll see it for like $20, $30 because they only buy them for like $5.
Yeah.
Or a bunch of DVDs, they give you like 50 cents each or some shit like that. But yeah, EB's, on the flip side, EB's pre-owned prices are fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Just on the whole. Especially with their deals too, like pre-owned deals and stuff, like
2 for 40.
2 for 40, like, give me the games too, like the brand new ones for 2 for 40. Like the pre-owned ones should be a bit cheaper.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're more expensive than the brand new ones too.
Yeah.
Which I understand completely why, but it's just a quirk in the system and the way it works, like, because if you've got new stock sitting there for ages, it's considered old stock, so it goes cheaper. But the pre-owned stuff might still be more expensive just because they're rarer. Like, I don't know, just shit like that.
It's like there was a copy of Bomberman for the Nintendo Switch. Brand new was $60 and pre-owned was $82.
Yeah, see, perfect example. Again, very overpriced. God. Is that just quickly? Is that getting an update recently or nothing? Oh no, you know what? It's getting a. Oh no, I read something about that game recently.
It's getting something apparently,
Yeah, something. I don't know what.
which it deserves because what you got was crap.
What you got was nothing.
Yeah.
It was essentially just the one mode, wasn't it?
Yeah, you got like I don't know, a handful of different multiplayer maps to go with it, and
Yeah.
a very short campaign, if you can even call it a
You
campaign.
call the campaign, yeah. Oh,
So,
well, so back on tonight's
Topic.
topic.
yes.
Why we've been summoned here, why the council exists, and our true purpose is to get to the bottom of these trading ends, and if it's worth it or not. I think it is worth it, depending where you go.
A lot of the time, when it comes to like video games, I personally would try to find one second hand instead of getting a brand new.
Mhm.
Because personally, if you're getting the exact same quality game, and you can get it for like $20 or $30 cheaper, buying from someone that's pre-owned it for like about a week or so,
Yeah.
I'd go for that instead of buying a brand new.
Yeah, in that situation, it's generally a good deal.
Yeah.
Also, that leads nicely to the next thing. The way to get rid of, like, the way developers and publishers have been using different tactics to try and get people to buy brand new.
Yeah.
So they do the whole day one editions, or you get
Yes.
exclusive DLC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you buy the new one instead of the pre-owned one, which the DLC might have been used or whatever. So,
Yeah.
you know, which makes sense because they wanted to buy the new game because they don't get any money off the pre-owned one. Like,
Yeah.
fair enough. But yeah, that's a good way to lead into that.
I've taken the clear stuff off the case.
And the smell, just that factory smell when you open it up and just. I did it before.
Smell the
Yeah.
printing on the disc and
Actually,
everything.
I can't really smell much on that one. Can you smell anything on this freshly opened game?
It's probably been open too long now.
Yeah, well, it's been like half an hour or something, so it's probably lost its factory freshness.
Oh,
This guy, you're not going to smell the paper.
oh,
If anything, you smell the cigarette. Well, I'm not going to get any trading value for that. Now.
oh, I'm not going to bother.
It's been a Croatian pipe.
It's been open. Smallest been sitting there.
Unfortunately, too, EB Games or JB and stuff. Actually, we haven't talked about JB. Has anyone pre-owned, like, taken anything to JB to trade in, or?
But I got my PS4 Pro from JB. They offered me $8 trade.
So you did the trade in there.
Yeah.
Nice. What about you, Brad?
I haven't dealt with JB at all. Actually.
I think they're a bit more reasonable than EB.
I think they are
The
slightly.
only thing is they don't have their reward system, so if you're level 4, you get an extra 15% or whatever it is.
Yeah, for your pre-owned shit and stuff. Yeah, JB, I don't really tend to buy games much from there or anything. I'm not sure why, actually. 'Cause they're alright.
They do have their own exclusives sometimes with certain games.
That they do.
And that's the way they sort of compete with EB, but yeah, they're sort of very different in the way they do their trade and stuff.
When was the last time you bought a JB exclusive?
Would have been for Wolfenstein, actually.
I was going to say that.
Because it came with the soundtrack and a collector's box, which I kept. I kept the collector's box and I kept the CD.
So you should.
But I traded the original game. But oh well, I've got it digitally now, so whatever.
Nice. What about you, Urbanic? With JB? Any other stories in terms of their gaming? No exclusives or nothing? No?
Right. I think they're pretty good with their games. They've pretty much got equal range than EB. I know EB are typically more expensive and
More or less, yeah. They've got like the major titles and they have like a bit of a library there if you want to buy something else.
JB Hi-Fi, you can always ask if they can do it a bit cheap. I know a lot of the time, depending on what it is, they don't. But if you ask, they always try.
Yes, there is always that option to ask.
Whereas at EB, if you ask them, can you do it a bit cheaper, they'll be like, no, piss off.
You can only price match if you find it somewhere else. And then if they want to be an arsehole, they're like, well, it has to be in stock and blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah.
One of my mates, when he price matches on the Target US website.
Yes, having worked in retail before in that sort of gaming environment and price matching, yes, some people
Yeah, because the Target US website looks exactly the same as the Target Australia website.
especially when you quickly load it up on a phone, you can't really see it that much. Like, you know, and you see Target, it's like, oh yeah, Target.com, oh yeah, it's the same logo, oh yeah, it's the same game, yeah, whatever.
Alright.
But no, I'm too savvy for that. I know exactly what's going on because I know games aren't that much here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're not
Particularly
$60.
new ones as well.
Exactly. I mean, they're kind of close. They are cheaper if you swapped $1, this and that, whatever.
Yeah.
But in terms of actual value, they're recommended retail is $100 for most titles. EB. And everywhere else it's a bit cheap. Yeah, $10 less or something.
Yeah.
Something like that. Well, we've almost reached the end of tonight's session. I've gone through everything I've wanted to ask you guys and see your opinions and increase our knowledge of video games, whether it's playing them, trading them, selling them, developing them. Not that we're developers. We should develop a video game sometime though.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. The only problem is though, like,
We'll do the Midnight Gaming Council Simulator.
yeah, exactly. Like there's Shower with the Ad Simulator. Why can't we do Midnight Gaming Council Simulator? You start with just a shitty microphone, like the headsets that we had. And you got to build up to like this. It's like this is like stage 2 at the moment. But we've got to stop talking about it before someone steals our awesome idea for a video game. I guess we'll wrap things up here. Unless we have any final words.
Oh, no, I'm good.
No, you're good. Well, thanks for your words of wisdom, Brad.
That's all
tonight on the video.
Actually, there is one thing that's just sort of popped into mind that I wanted to mention before we finish, which was going back to sort of your day one exclusive stuff. I know with some stores they even have like a special launch day price that I've noticed creeping in, and this is particularly JB Hi-Fi, and it was with God of War. They have a launch price of $69, but the following day it goes up to $79.
Yes, and do you have to pre-order it as well? Or?
As long as you're in store on the day of launch, yeah, you can get it at that price that they've set it at. So that's another reason to encourage people to buy new over sort of like a traded-in copy.
Yeah, especially if it's relatively cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good actually. And then you get it, a few days earlier, and you can play it, this and that, or whatever.
Yeah.
Actually, just speaking with just quickly with my final word, I guess.
Yeah.
The EB 7-day return policy is actually a really good way to try out new games.
Yes.
Because you can have a pool of $100, and then you can just keep trading in a game every 5 to 6 days, and you're only spending $100 every time, essentially.
Well, essentially, you're not even spending $100.
You're not
You can trade in towards another game.
Yeah, so you've just spent the $100, and you constantly just got that $100.
Yeah.
And you're gaming for the whole year. Like if
Yeah.
you work the system well, it can,
And then they resell the game as brand new, and then some other studio's getting a pre-owned game that's been.
it's been opened up.
Opened up,
Well,
like-
there's the tricky thing about it. Like if you go to like Big W, for example, the ones on the shelf have been opened, so
Yeah.
technically they're not new either.
Yeah.
But yeah, like with the DLC codes and stuff, it's
Yeah.
there's that risk as well. This and that.
There's people who lie saying, no, I haven't used DLC code.
Of course. I think they just have to say it legally and just, we know you have, or whatever. But sometimes you can get lucky. Maybe they haven't used it.
Yeah.
The game's just that trash.
Well,
They don't give a shit.
depending on the game, if it's a game that I'm genuinely excited for, I'll activate DLC as soon as I get it.
Yeah, like when it's installing. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
do the same thing too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, any final words on this topic? Trading and selling? Rennick? Nothing?
Never gonna sell my shit again.
That's
That's a promise.
There's a perfectly
There we go.
reasonable answer to give here, and a promise indeed. We will try and hold you to this, but we'll see what the future holds for our gaming endeavours.
Let's hope not.
No, I'm pretty sure we won't. We won't experience this again.
No future predictions of anything.
I mean, I feel bad.
Do you want to place your bets?
Oh no. I'm okay.
We'll leave it to our Facebook audience to see if Urbanic ever sells his video game collection.
I'll trade yourself in.
Definitely, yes, exactly. That's what you can do. We'll get someone else who can appreciate it.
$7.50.
So yeah, moral of the story is just don't trade in.
Yeah.
Just keep your shit.
Yeah.
Because if you don't like the game or you don't want to play it at that time, in a few months' time you might like it.
If you've got a girlfriend that doesn't like video games, get rid of your girlfriend.
Yeah, just don't get a girlfriend. Because then you'll have more money for video games. I mean, that's a good way to look at it too. I mean, I'd hate to think how you would feel though, because I feel bad trading in a game I traded in like 15 years ago. It was like a Formula 1 game for PS2,
Yeah.
which I'll never find again because it's just a locally developed game.
God,
Yeah. And here you are getting rid of everything.
You've just triggered me with my Nintendo 64 stuff. I regret selling it.
Oh.
I regret selling every single bit of it. Just
I think we need to expand on this in an episode of just
yeah.
how trading in games affects not only how you feel, but also your wants and needs for a remaster or something down the line too.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
then
definitely
there's
a
that
contentious topic.
Then there's that sort of feeling like if you have a NES or a SNES or a 64 and you got rid of it back in the day, and then you've got the feeling like if you wanted to sell it now, you would get probably about 5 times more than what you would have.
Yeah, especially Super Nintendo stuff, that's starting to creep up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed. Soon, like PS1 stuff, well, I hope it never gets to that point because I still want to start collecting it. But yeah, so thanks for being on. This is a good episode. We have more topics to delve into next time when the council has been summoned. And we'll see you guys next time.
See ya.
Bye-bye. I found